Good morning, everyone. It's Star Straight Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing well this wonderful Saturday morning. We are here live from the UAE. It is Breaking Dawn. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new and smash a like on the video. If you could do that, I'll be absolutely very much grateful, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Let me just get through some of your comments before I start, as I always do, of course, guys. Absolutely. Let's have a look. Hello, everyone. Big up, Sanjay. How you doing? Good to see you. 21 likes, guys. Thank you for hitting the likes, guys. We need to get up those likes. Let's get the likes up as we go through the show. Let's hopefully we get a few. Let's hopefully we get about 30 likes. That'll be all right. Let's get the likes up, guys. Really helps with the channel, of course, and it helps the channel grow. Thank you, everyone who is joining me today, of course. Now, I'm going to get straight into it. I want to talk briefly about the presser. Of course, the presser happened last night. Unfortunately, the pressers, they start late where I am, unfortunately. So I just want to talk briefly about the presser. Let's read out what Ruud van Nistelrooy had to say. He spoke a lot about injuries, of course. Some good news, some bad news, of course. In regards to Luke Shaw, we all know how we feel about Luke Shaw. Look, you know what? In regards to Luke Shaw, we don't want to jump on players too much. We don't want to slander these players or criticize these players too much. But what we have to understand is that this has been 10 years now, of the same, get injured, come back when it suits the narrative. Do you know what I mean? When it suits him, and this England thing, getting fit for England, but you know what, not being fit for Man United, it's happened numerous amounts of times. It hasn't just happened once. And there comes a time when you have to think this is no coincidence. And this is why we criticize Luke Shaw, because when we've needed him the most, he's gone missing, as you know. Well, what Ruud van Nistelrooy said yesterday in his presser is he said, we've seen images today of Luke Shaw returning to training with Lenny Yoro back. Like Mason Mount, it seems the injuries are easing at the right time. Ruben is coming in. Strange as it may seem, but you know what? Great news about Lenny Yoro and Mason Mount coming back into the team, whether you like that or not. It's good for the squad, isn't it? It's good for the squad. And he said, yeah. And also for me, I have to say, yesterday we had a lot of benefit from Christian playing 30 minutes. Obviously, Ugarte and Mason making their first minutes again. That benefited us well. I'm so glad that they are back, and also for a little bit longer future. Good that Luke and Lenny are on the pitch. It's good news for Man United. Look, when we put it into context, it is good that Luke Shaw is back for Man United. Luke Shaw on his day is the best left back in the world, one of the best left backs in the world, I would say. But when is his day? When is he fit? And this is it. And you know what? People say we jump on him too much or criticize him. We're not. We care about the football club. We don't care about individuals. We just want what's best for the football club. And if you're continuously getting injured at the right time for you, which suits you, that becomes obviously a little bit suspicious, and people start thinking sinister thoughts and things like that. Also, in a press conference, he said, we asked you last night about Ahmad. What's the assessment on Kobe Mainoo? How's he doing? How's his progress? Yes, Ahmad was assessed, still working on him to get ready for Sunday. So Ahmad did pick up an injury against, obviously, the other night. He picked up an injury against Poak. So, obviously, we were a little bit worried about. Hopefully, it will work. Kobe is also progressing in his injury. He's making the right steps. Not yet with the team, though. That needs a bit more time. So, you know what? Kobe Mainoo's not ready yet. We do need Kobe Mainoo back in that midfield, especially when Ruben Amorim comes in. I just feel like Kobe Mainoo would be brilliant working under Ruben Amorim, if I'm being honest. I think he would. He said, Ruud, obviously this is your final match in interim charge. It will be emotional on Sunday, I'm sure. But for you, is it also second farewell for Man United? Do you know what your future holds? Ruud van Nistelrooy responded as saying, first of all, it wasn't a special period. It is still. I called it an important period because I think it was important to get through the 4 games as good as we could. I think we've done very well so far. The players reacted very well in the games. Obviously, the focus is now to build on and show that on Sunday, with a big game ahead and a massive 3 points, that we can win. So yeah, I don't know if there will be I don't know if it will be very emotional. I take it very pragmatic as well. Although I'm very proud to be able to fulfill this. We'll see how we feel on Sunday. And other than that, there is not much more news than yesterday evening, where I think Ruben and I are both focusing on our teams and our games. He's focusing on Braga with the team, and I'm focused on Leicester with my team. We'll see if things come together in the future. Yeah, you know what? He's not going to be giving away too much in regards to Ruben Amorim, but I personally feel that the decision has been made. I've been hearing rumours about the decision being made in regards to Ruud van Nistelrooy's future. You know what? It's going to have to. I personally think he's going to go. I think he's going to go. I think after Sunday will be his last game. If you read between the lines, of course. Ruud, it seems you've enjoyed this role. Would you one day like to think yourself as a permanent manager of Man United? He said, yeah, of course. I thought this through. Well, when I made the decision to come to United as an assistant coach, I thought this through. I knew that coming to Man United was for me a special occasion where I felt I want to be part of this journey with this club in an assistant role. I have a clear ambitions to manage. I have made that decision to sign a 2-year deal as an assistant, and I'm still in the frame of that in mind, to be fair, to stay in that capacity. So, you know what? That has obviously been going on in Ruud van Nistelrooy's head about taking charge of Man United full time, we would be lying to ourselves if he didn't dream about becoming Man United manager whilst Erik ten Hag was there. Unfortunately, football doesn't work like that. And you know what? Man United need to pick the best in class at the moment. If we're being totally honest with ourselves, the performances have not been absolutely astronomical. They've been really average. If we think about the Chelsea game, if we think about the game against Poak, and obviously the game against Leicester City, which was a reserve Leicester City, was the only one we can look at and say, yeah, well, we scored 5 goals. We did very well. I mean, we got Leicester City on Sunday. Let's hope he can go out with a big bang, of course, guys. Another question. This whole experience of being the boss, how do you rate it? Was it stressful? Have you enjoyed it? Ruud responded by saying, I've enjoyed it. It gave a lot of energy. I think the reaction of the players was outstanding. I think also as an assistant, you are quite close to players. So the past 3 months, I've spent a lot of time with the players and got to know them very well as a human beings, but also as footballers, where they are in their development, and I know I can help. And I also think that relationship that is helping now that we will get together and we will want to achieve something together. That bond is there. That's what I feel. Very supported. So that gives us a lot of energy, and the support of the fans, obviously, that was amazing. That gives also a lot of confidence and energy. So far, so good. So far, so good. He's saying at the end of the day, he's going to love it. He's a Man United, obviously a Man United legend. Of course, there's those who know Ruud van Nistelrooy from his playing days. He is a Man United legend, of course, guys. He is a Manchester United legend. Let's go to some of your comments. Big up with Chichi. How you doing, my friend? Good morning, Mr. Sal. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Ruud is leaving. He really needs to go. I just think he will better and better. And in the future, yeah, I agree, Chichi. Absolutely. You know what? We have to think less emotionally about what goes on, about the decision, etc. We have to think about what's best for the club. Anthony will do well under Amorim. I don't know, mate. I don't know how well Anthony will do or how badly he will do. None of us really know that. One thing we know is that he's been a flop for Man United so far. We have to be admitted to that. He has been a flop for Man United so far. He has not performed well for Man United. Although I hope he does perform well in the future. Big up, Kazi. Good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well. So let's get back to it. Let's get back to the interview. Any advice for Ruben Amorim? So basically, any advice Ruud van Nistelrooy would give to Ruud van Nistelrooy? He said, that's a good question, actually. It's good to wrap it up after Sunday. And of course, I've been in for 3 months in the season, and this short spell from there on, I think it will be a good wrap it up. I think it will be good to wrap it all up and have that conversation. It's a good question. I'm going to start thinking about it. So basically, having any advice, Ruben Amorim. I mean, I don't think Ruben Amorim will really take advice. I'm not saying that he won't, but you know what? In regards to Ruben Amorim will have his own mind, his own philosophy, how he thinks about football. But one thing Ruud van Nistelrooy can give to Ruben Amorim is his experience about the players, about the football team, about the culture of the team, the history of the football club, etc. That's one thing that could be given to Ruben Amorim. And you know what? Everyone that you ever meet can give you advice things that you don't know. So I feel like Ruben Amorim would be wise to speak to Ruud van Nistelrooy. And I've heard that they've already spoken. But you know what? In regards to advice and what goes on in the future, I hope that they do speak about it, because you know what? Manchester United obviously has had a lot of problems this last 10 years. Look, a lot of these players are going to be getting second slates. They're going to be getting second chances. You know, for Ruben Amorim, this is their first chance. For people like us, this is 10 years of chances. You know, a lot of those players. So one thing that Ruben Amorim needs to be warned about is that some of these players do need to be out the door. And I feel that, you know, I don't care what they do, you know, in regards to media, commercial things. I care what they do on the football pitch. That's all I care about. And you know what? It would be advisable for Ruud van Nistelrooy to speak to Ruben Amorim about it. Also, if you win on Sunday, you will have the highest win percentage of any Man United manager in history. You'll go down past Michael Carrick. That's not the question, by the way. What sort of state in the dressing room at the moment? Do you see optimism for the future? I think if you look at it, it's a results game in the end. I think the last 3 results were okay. We're going through in the Carabao Cup. We're in the quarterfinal there. It was a good point against Chelsea where we felt we deserved more, and also an important win in Europa League to help us get settled higher in the table to get us through to the next round in January, hopefully. So I think that the momentum is changing a little bit. But of course, Sunday is also competition where we need to do better than we are doing. So in the Carabao Cup, where we need to go to the next round and do the business in the Europa League with a win. That Sunday game is very important in the sentiment, I think. Yeah, Sunday's extremely important. Look, you know what? At the end of the day, we're not where we want to be in the league, and we have to start winning football matches. We can't even afford to draw anymore because we dropped too many points already, guys. And that's one thing I would say in regards to that. We need to start winning football matches and winning football matches quickly, because we need to move up that table. You know, we do need to move up that table. Another question to Ruud was, Ruud, what was the last 8 of 9 days taught you as a coach in your relatively fresh managerial career? He said, I don't really think about this. I think I'm focused on getting the best out of the players and with the staff members, and all together we are working on getting United back on track in the short term. That I've not really reflected on that, to be fair. Of course, I learned a lot in time. I'm here from the coaches and from the players. I'm here from the coaches and from the players with that experience there is, and with my opinions that they have. So I think overall the knowledge about training sessions, managing individuals or teams, I think overall now I think about it is something that really benefit me as a coach. I think you have you can't get away from not learning at Manchester United, because at the end of Man United is a very, very difficult task, especially getting results, the pressure of getting results. Obviously, we've had problems for the last 10 years, and anyone walking into the football club is not going to have it easy. It's going to be a very difficult period for Man United going forward, of course, especially as soon as Ruben Amorim comes in. You know what? There's going to be expectation straight away. Lots of fans are very, very impatient in regards to giving patience to a manager, you know. But one thing we have to do is we have to be patient, and it's not easy. We know what Ruben Amorim wants to do. We know the formation he wants to play, but it's not easy, you know. And we're going to have to be patient as fans. We're going to have to be smart up here, you know what? And we can't get carried away, and we can't get too pessimistic as well. That's what we have to do. We have to have a balance in regards to everything, you know. As the months go by, we're going to start hopefully seeing a development of style of play in regards to Ruben Amorim's style of play. We're going to start seeing that, and you know what? Things will start getting more positive. Things will start getting more progressive, you know, and hopefully the toxicity will go, and you know what? We'll start winning football matches, because ultimately that is what we're here for. We're here to see Manchester United winning football matches, but above all, we're here to support the football club. And you know what we've seen this week with the toxicity with certain fan people, you know, it's not the way we want to go. And at the end of the day, regardless if Ruben Amorim is successful or not, there are a few people within the fan base who are gonna bring a negative out of every positive. You better believe it. They're gonna pick something else to moan about. Trust me. And one thing at us as the real Manchester United fans here, we have to stay firm, guys, in my opinion. Let's get through some more of your comments. Chichi, Short is back after 3 games. He's off again. Mount is very funny player regarding his fitness. Yeah, they're both are the same. Amir, sign Gugres and Kvaratskhelia in January. Amir, look, I'm going to read you something, guys. I'm going to read you something very quickly, guys. Something for football brains, right? Right, guys? Rasmus right? Rasmus in 1 year had 1.5 shots per game, which puts him in the bottom 2% of strikers across Europe in the top 5 leagues, okay? He also ranks in the bottom 6% for passes received. Bottom 6% for passes received. But his goal conversion rate puts him in the top 5 strikers in Europe. Okay? So what that means is it's not the striker's fault. That is what it means. Basically, when he gets a chance, he basically puts it away. That's what it means. So when we're talking about Gutierrez and we're talking about Kvaratskhelia and we're talking about all these players, right? You know, we have to understand what football in general. You know what? And look at it in context, because we got a habit of not looking at things in context. We look at things like, oh my God, look at it. He hasn't scored no goals. He must be rubbish. That's the way we're looking at things. And that is not how football works, right? That's not how football works. That's not how Manchester United works. We're not Player FC. Of course we're not, you know, but what we have to do is we have to spit the facts, okay? His conversion rate is in the top 5 leagues in Europe. So imagine we started creating more chances for Rasmus Højlund. Imagine we started getting the ball to him a lot more. I mean, what's going to happen? Gutierrez played for Coventry City and Brighton and was relatively poor. So one thing you would say is that, yeah, he done well, kind of well for Coventry City because he's playing in the Championship. For Brighton, he got let go. You know, so why did he become a great player? Why? Because it was Ruben Amorim who made him into that great player. That's what we have to do. We cannot forget about our players as well. We cannot forget about Ruben. We cannot forget about Rasmus. We cannot forget about Obi Martin. We cannot forget about these players. They're still very young and we cannot forget them. And that's what I would say. Youth, courage, success. If you support Man United, it's youth, courage, success. That is what the motto is. Goodness me, I should start classes in regards to Manchester United and stuff like that, honestly, and teach people about the birds and the bees when it comes to Manchester United and where we come from and what our philosophy is and what we believe in from the past. And hopefully, fingers crossed, Ruben Amorim will come in and he will make those, and he will improve Rasmus. You know what I mean? He'll improve Obi Martin. He'll bring Obi Martin in the team. He'll bring Kone into the team. He'll start improving Yoro and players like that. You know what? There's a lot to be excited about. But football is not just about, oh my God, let's sign this player, let's sign that player. Kvaratskhelia, look, listen, all right, Kvaratskhelia, who plays for Napoli, right, is a fantastic player, one of the best players in Europe. But one thing we got to understand is that he's going to cost 100 million upwards. And can we afford that at this moment in time as Manchester United? You know, it'd be great to have a Kvaratskhelia in the team. Of course it would be. But at the end of the day, we got to think about, you know, who we have coming through the conveyor belt as well and stuff like that. And this is what Ineos are trying to do. As Jim Ratcliffe said, he said, I want to build another £100 million player. You know, why don't we make our own Mbappe? You know, why don't we make our own Kvaratskhelia? You know, why don't we do that? The thing is that the fans become impatient. We should sign this player. We spent a lot of money in the last 10 years. And the players that we've purchased, you know, have been good players. But who's been the best players for Man United? You know, and when you look at it, the majority of the players who are coming through have been our better players. The players who've been coming through our youth team, of course. Uchechi, Rashford showed some silly attitude after the game against Poak. For me, that guy is a big problem for. I agree, Gloria. I do agree, and that's one of the problems that we're going to have to resolve going forward. Of course, Amir, we're ready for the weekend. Me too, Amir. Let's go, my friend. Let's go. We go for it. Please, Mr. Sal, what happened to Lindelof? The guy has been solid so far when called upon. Yeah, you have to give his dues to Chichi where he's due. Obviously, it's his last year in his contract, so let's not get carried away. He might be upscaling himself because obviously he wants to stay at the football club. He might be fishing for a new contract. Look, I personally think he needs to be moved on in the summer. I think Maguire needs to be moved on. Maguire's contract expires in 2025 as well. I think they all need to go. I think Eriksen needs to go. I think we need to bring in a fresh approach to the Ruben Amorim regime. Of course, we need to bring a fresh approach to it. Look, it's Ruud's first game to unbeaten. Absolutely. He's got the best record in Manchester United managerial history if he wins on Sunday. Can you believe it? Absolutely. At least we won't be bored during the international break. Yeah, that's true, Kazi. We got a lot to look forward to, bro. You know, we got a lot to look forward to. We got obviously Ruben Amorim will be having press conferences. He'll be speaking to the media about things. You know, who knows? Some speculation might be happening about January. We don't know, you know. And so lots of the things to be excited about in regards to that. But one thing I would say is that bring on to 24th of November. Bring on the 24th of November. Bring on Ipswich Town. I can't wait for it, to be honest with you. Okay. Comments out. I'm more excited about Ugarte under Amorim. Me too. I'm excited. Obviously, he has been talking about basically Ugarte. Ruben Amorim has been talking about Ugarte. Let me just read one of his quotes here in regards to Ugarte. And let me just bring it up. I'll just bring it up real quick for you. So basically, Ruben Amorim, let me get it up on here. Look, so basically, Ruben Amorim has been speaking about Ugarte here. Let's have a look. Here we go. So basically, Ruben Amorim said, all the Uruguayans I've managed are incredible. And that's why I love Uruguayans. Ugarte is a very talented boy and has a lot of room to grow. I'm very happy to know that I have him back at Manchester United, courtesy of TNT Sports. Yeah. Look, there you go. You know what? That's good. That's great to hear. But we're going to get a player like Ugarte, and we're going to get the best out of Ugarte, which, you know what, I can't wait to see. You know, because we know that Ugarte is a fantastic player. He has the highest tackling rate and the highest of successful tackles in Europe last season. So we know he's a great player. The one thing we have to say is that, you know what, it's good to have Ruben Amorim and Ugarte reuniting, because, you know, it's always nice to have one or two players there that he knows, which is obviously good news, of course. So if we go back to Ruud van Nistelrooy's quotes, Ruud, you did well at PSV and left it for other reasons. And obviously the 3 games here so far, we have seen a lift. It must be difficult then to be assistant and it not to be all your ideas. Ruud responded by saying, no, I think the appetite to build further within this club is stronger than the other bit. For this moment, and as I said, I made a deliberate decision to step into this role for 2 seasons, and I take it from there. And these 4 games haven't changed that sentiment. That's why I said from the beginning that's what my intentions were. Also, after my interim job. There you go. So basically, he had no intentions. He just obviously had the intention to stay at Manchester United as an interim, as an assistant coach, and then obviously as an interim. Ruud, when you first joined the club, there were Sheringham, York, Cole, Solskjaer. I know Rasmus and Josh were seen as potential, but do you accept that this club does need a proven goal scorer? He said, this is about Rasmus, guys, okay? I agree that when you want to be successful in the side in the Premier League and Europe, and that's what we have to build it's all about, you're going to need a certain amount of goals. That is clear. That is the facts in football. And that's why the best teams in the world have those players. At the moment, we have players that have a certain amount of goals or assists, but they are obviously at an age where they still have to be developed. And there's the potential and there will be belief in that they can. And that's at this moment where they are. See, at the end of the day, Ruud van Nistelrooy has told us about believing in the players, you know, at the end of the day. And what I've just spoken about, the goal percentage, the goal conversion rate, etc. You know what? I would like to see that question posed to him about the chances that we're creating. We're not creating any chances for Rasmus Højlund, which is obviously a point that we have to make, of course, guys. He said, the question was, it's only been 2 weeks, 3 games, but do you think you'll be handing over a group of players higher on confidence and better than what you inherited? He said, I think that's the results in itself will make that happen. It's easy to manage a team that has won 2 of the last 3 and had a decent point at home against good side. The connection with the fans is there is a short term and a good feeling that we can turn things around. That is what is happening at this moment. Of course, football being football, and especially in the top flight football, results are necessary. And the Sunday game is a big one. Yeah, exactly. What happens on the football pitch is what's most important, of course. The question was, I know it's not all about you, but how proud would you be to hand over with an unbeaten record? Yeah, especially for the club, it was very important after I took over to get, I call it, stabilize the ship with results. And all of a sudden, we are 3 games further in that. It passes so quickly. And the last one, that's the one. Yeah, where it would be a lot. Yeah, we have to win that game. Sunday is very important, guys. So that was Ruud van Nistelrooy, basically in a nutshell what we were saying yesterday in regards to his future in the injuries and stuff. Hopefully, Ahmad gets fit, but before the game on Sunday, of course. So we have to look forward to that, guys. And you know what? We move forward. Coincidentally, Manchester United have a full squad to choose from. That is very, very coincidence, of course, guys. Now, I want to tell you something, guys, in regards to Garnacho. Of course, we all know what happened the other day in regards to Garnacho. Now, I want to show you something real quick, right? And basically, I wrote a message to Garnacho on Instagram. Yes, Garnacho did see the message. If we see from here, I don't want to expose too many people, but here, Garnacho looked at my message. I sent him the quote. I spoke on the last show, guys. I sent him the quote. Garnacho looked at the quote, right? And look, I'm not going to expose what the message was. It was a private message that he sent me in regards to the quote, obviously. And he thanked me for the support and basically spoke about how important it is to reunite with the fans, etc., etc. Now, obviously, this is a very touchy subject. I don't want this going out to the masses. I don't want this going out to, obviously, you know who, and him starting jumping on the bandwagon again and start giving Garnacho problems again. Do you know what I mean? I don't want that to happen. But you know what? One thing that I would stress in regards to social media and stuff like that is that basically they see everything. These players, they see everything. And you have to be very, very careful when you're speaking about players, how you speak about them in regards to abuse. And you know what? And, you know, because it doesn't do any good. It doesn't work for anyone. This new generation, what we have to understand is that this is the generation of social media, of course. It's the generation of social media. And that is one thing we have to keep in mind, of course, guys. Absolutely. Let me just remove that real quickly. Okay. Amir, Højlund is a good striker. He just needs more passes off. I agree, Amir. Very true. Bruno, please, we need more pass. Yeah. A lot of the players, Amir, a lot of the players do need to pass, and the wingers as well. They need to pass as well. That's important, Amir. That's important as well, bro. Oh my goodness, Mazraoui should be sold for £50 million. But you know, stole that dude. He is so composed. He's one of the best signings of the summer, guys. I mean, name me a better player. Name me a better signing this summer, guys. Name me a better signing than Mazraoui. Name me a better one than him. I don't think there is. You'd be far-fetched to find one. Gloria, Højlund is not giving the ball in the box. He receives no passes. He fights most of the ways to score goals himself. Absolutely spot on. Gloria, absolutely. Xerxes has to retain to the number 8 position. He can't. Be careful of the language you use, Uchichi. Careful. Yeah, you're gonna get my. We don't tolerate any of that kind of language. We can't be speaking like that on this show, guys. Please, you know you're gonna get me in trouble. You know what you're doing. Please, Mr. Sal, any update regarding Kobe? Kobe Mainoo will be back by time. Hopefully, Ruben Amorim takes charge of Manchester United, which is the Ipswich Town game on the 24th of November. 24th of November, guys. In regards to that, basically, but guys, please don't use any language like that on my channel, please, because at the end of the day, you know what, they pick up on it and it will ruin the channel, guys. So you know what, you've got to be careful when you're speaking on this channel, my friends. Absolutely. Little bit of other news, of course. I wanted to bring it to you yesterday, but I didn't get time to bring it to you. But Jarrad Branthwaite obviously is back on Manchester United's radar. He basically during the summer, we had a lot of links to, obviously, Jarrad Branthwaite, a left-sided centre-back. Manchester United are now interested again in the player. They admire the player. Of course, he's gone a little bit quiet in regards to Jarrad Branthwaite this last few weeks, of course. But one thing I would say is that, you know what, we cannot be playing 80, 90 million as obviously they wanted in the end, didn't it? Everton, they wanted about 80, 90 million for Jarrad Branthwaite. We can't be spending that kind of money on a player like Jarrad Branthwaite, of course, guys. So, you know what, we have to, if they can knock down the price, that'd be good. Absolutely. If they did that, that would be fantastic, of course, guys. All right, let's get into some of your comments. Kobe, it's my eldest son's birthday. Happy birthday to your eldest son. It's my birthday the day after. The day after that, obviously, as we know, I might be doing the live all day stream, guys. As people know, hopefully you can all join me there for the all day live stream. I can't wait for that. It's going to be fun, guys. You know what? It is going to be fun. You know what? I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm planning it as we speak. Hopefully, it's 24 hours after we've just smashed up Ipswich Town, of course. Hopefully, it's after that, of course, guys. So, you know what? Hopefully, we will have a good vibe, because obviously it depends on Manchester United beating Ipswich Town, of course. You know what? That's what we want. We want Manchester United to beat Ipswich Town, and that is what matters the most, of course. And hopefully we have this vibe, of course, guys. Uchichi, I'm so sorry. My language wasn't clear. So sorry. I apologize to everyone here. So, you know what, Uchichi, otherwise I wouldn't mind. But you know what? YouTube does pick up on these things. So, you know what? I can't, obviously it can get me in big trouble and stuff like that. So, yeah, we don't tolerate any language like that, any discriminatory language, of course. Of course. I'm not Kobe. I'm Kezi, bruv. Who's Kobe? I never called you Kobe. Yeah. So basically, you're not even Kazi, mate. What's your real name? Basically, I didn't call anyone Kobe. I was speaking about Uchichi's comment, which was about Kobe, of course. But yeah, guys, you know what? You should try speaking for 1 hour straight. You know what I mean? You guys think it's easy to speak for 1 hour, and not stutter, or make mistakes. At the end of the day, you guys could come up here. You know what, Kazi? You should come on the show, mate. You know what I mean? And start talking and talk and talk and talk and talk. That's the way it goes, guys. At the end of the day. At the end of the day, look, I'm reading people's comments out fast, right? I'm reading people's comments out fast, and a lot of these people are not members. A lot of them are not putting super chats and stuff like that. I'm doing it for free, guys. So one thing I would say is that if I make mistakes, I apologize, in regards to your names and stuff. But you know what? When you're reading hundreds of messages and also doing your content, it's not as easy as people think, guys. So cut us some slack, at the end of the day, and we move from there. Let's go. Right. What other thing? I wanted to talk about Darren Fletcher real quickly, guys. I want to talk about Darren Fletcher. Now, Darren Fletcher was on the bench against, of course, Poak the other night. And I wanted to know what your feelings are about Darren Fletcher, because we're not too sure what Darren Fletcher's real role is at the football club. All we know is that he's obviously a legend of the football club. He's been at the football club a very long time. He's worked with the youth team, etc. But what is Darren Fletcher's actual role? And do you think that we should be keeping Darren Fletcher at the football club? What do you think? Do you think we should just completely start a new slate? We should clean the slate clean and just start again? Get rid of Darren Fletcher, get rid of obviously Ruud van Nistelrooy and stuff like that, and just start again? Or do you think that Darren Fletcher has a role at the football club? Because one thing is what I've learned, right, over the last few weeks, and it has come to my attention, is that basically a lot of people were made unemployed, made redundant at Man United, and a lot of these people had mortgages, they have families and stuff like that, and a lot of people were made redundant. Now, why are we keeping players obviously on a lot of money? When coaches, etc., when they're not really inputting enough into what we want to do at the moment? The whole coaching staff, I'm talking about Fletcher, I'm talking about everyone, of course, the whole coaching staff. You know what? It hasn't really worked out. It hasn't really been good, has it? If you think about it, myself, you know what I mean? I look at it and think, you know what? Darren Fletcher was a fantastic player. Obviously, a lot of favoritism was given to him by certain players, so that's another story. But in regards to Darren Fletcher, he was a good player, and you know what? But that doesn't mean that he has a right to stay at the football club when a lot of people are being made redundant. And that's what I would say. If we're going to move forward, we need to have a clean slate, and that is exactly how I feel. About that. We need a clean slate. We don't want any more, friends rates, mates rates, and stuff like that. Of course, guys. Of course. Mate, you can speak for England and Abu Dhabi. Yeah, I can, mate. No, I can't really. I'm quite a shy guy, Kazi, if you know. If you know, you know. Uchichi, I'm sorry for you, real bro. I hate the words. You just need to be careful, Uchichi. That word, the N word that you said is very, very. I know you didn't mean it in a bad way, but it is what it is. It's been done. It's done. It's done. You just have to be careful when you come on this channel, what you say and stuff. Otherwise, I won't read out any more comments again. I'll just read out super chats. That's it. Because when this channel will take a long time to build, of course, guys, and when the things like that are said, it can harm the channel, of course, guys. Because I put it on the screen, didn't I? I put it on the screen, and people will see that. Do you know what I mean? So that is the problem, of course, But never mind, it's done. It's done. It's done. Don't worry about it. All right, absolutely. So yeah, basically, we're hoping that Ahmad is fit for Sunday. We hope he's going to be ready for Sunday, of course. And basically, onwards and upwards. It is Ruud van Nistelrooy's last game, possibly his last ever appearance at Man United as in a coaching or a managerial capacity. Let's end it on a bang. Let's end it on a good result. Let's end it on a win for Leicester City, for Manchester United, should I say? Sorry. let's hope we win the game against Leicester City. Let's hope it's similar to the last time we played Leicester City. Of course, the Leicester City game was obviously a reserve Leicester City team, but obviously you can only beat what's in front of you. So one thing I would say is that hopefully we win the game, we win it convincingly, and we send Ruud van Nistelrooy out with a bang, of course. I can't wait for the game on Sunday. I'm doing a watch along for the game, guys. So don't forget to join me for that. It's going to be fun. The actual preview for the game will be later on, guys. Later on today on Chatterbox, it'll be the preview for the Leicester game, guys. So that I'm looking forward to doing that as well, guys. So you know what, brilliant, absolutely. So yeah, we move on. Ruud van Nistelrooy looks likely to be leaving the football club. Looks likely to be moving on to pastures new. I wish Ruud van Nistelrooy all the best. Ruud van Nistelrooy has handled himself impeccably. He's handling himself brilliantly, and you know, in regards to the media, the presser. You know, he comes across as very, very likable. And, you know, it's going to be sad to see him go, especially he's only been here like 3 months or something like that. I'm sure he didn't expect to be leaving the football club so early, you know. And I'm sure he didn't expect to be leaving the football club so early. And basically, I just wish him the best in luck in his future. Of course, I think a lot of people will be interested in Ruud van Nistelrooy. I do. I think there are clubs in Europe that will be very interested in Ruud van Nistelrooy. But one thing I'll say about Ruud is that Ruud, take the best job, take a big club. Take a big club because you deserve a big club. I think he is a big club manager. I really do. I think his persona, his attitude have been brilliant. The one thing criticism I would only give in regards to everything else is that the performances have not elevated to a point. You know, the performances have not elevated. They haven't been amazing. They haven't been like incredible, you know, but you know what? We basically move on. We move on, and that is football. Unfortunately, football's a ruthless injury. It's a cutthroat business, you know, and we have to obviously you're judged on what goes on the pitch. That's it. You're judged what goes on the pitch, and if you don't win football matches, you know what? You get cut. But unfortunately, Ruud van Nistelrooy came in as an interim, and it was always going to happen. Ruud was always going to be the interim for a little bit. My only thought was that during the time is that we will get Ruben Amorim at the end of the season, but obviously they moved it forward. And I feel like Ineos did the right thing in the end by moving it forward. And obviously that's sad on Ruud. It's unfair on Ruud. It's not right on Ruud. But you know what? That is football. We have to move on in regards to that. And I wish him the best of luck. Ruben Amorim coming in on obviously Monday after the Leicester City game. Looking forward to having him in charge. Looking forward to seeing the changes. You know what he's going to do. The only downside is that we have an international break again, which is sad that we have an international break because we've had so many international breaks this last few months. You know what I mean? I mean, we're going to see Lee Carsley again managing England, of course. Nations League is nothing that we should be. The only Nations League is a nation of domination, which is the crew in this chat, of course. Basically, that is the only Nations League I want to see. I'm fed up with seeing these England games and stuff like that. Brave, he's been here 3 months. Cut him some slack. Who? Mate, if you're talking about the language, you can't use the N racist word. I do not tolerate racism, Kazi. I can't tolerate it on my stream. I don't know if it meant it or not. But you know what? I have 5,000 subscribers, Kazi, you know, and none of them say these words. And at the end of the day, I can't risk my channel for like that, you know, at the end of the day, Kazi. If you tolerate racism, then sorry, Kazi, you're gone. That's it. I can't do it, you know, sorry. Let's clean that slate. Let's Fletcher leave the role. Let's start as fresh. Basically, the mindset needs to be fresh at the end of the day. Nation of Nation, absolutely. I mean, I am cutting him some slack. When have I not cut Ruud some slack, Kazi? I'm cutting him some slack. I've been talking highly of Ruud all the time. I've actually been to 100 games with Ruud has been playing, guys. I've got a lot of love for Ruud van Nistelrooy. You know what I mean? But this is the way it, obviously. Sorry, Uchichi. I think he should leave the role. I do believe if Ahmed can't play for me. I mean, I'm a bit worried about Ahmed and that injury. If I'm being totally honest with you, you know, I'm a bit worried about that. You know, and to be honest with you, it did look a bit serious when he got injured against obviously the Poak. But one thing I would say is that you know what, hopefully he's fit because we do need him on that right side. And obviously, we want all the players to be fit by the time Ruben Amorim comes into the team. I want to talk to you about Luke Shaw as well because the miraculous recovery from Luke Shaw is quite remarkable. And I want to know if he's got a witch doctor. I want to know what he's got at Man United. I do. It's miraculous when you think about it. Do you know what I mean? And I want to know about that, you know, in regards to that. And because personally, a lot of people are saying we should move him on. Personally, a lot of people are saying we should move him on. And you know what? And I don't know. I mean, one thing I do know is that I don't think Ruben Amorim's going to move anyone on yet. I mean, I think he's going to give it until the end of the season, and then he's going to make a decision. Of course. So let's read Gloria. If Ahmed can't play, I feel it's time to give Anthony a chance. Let's see if he's improving behind the scenes. Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't play, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Anthony. I'll be honest with you, Chichi. I know there's a fan group out here in regards to Anthony, but he's got to prove himself as well. He hasn't really set the world alight when he's been playing. He hasn't, you know. And at the end of the day, he's gonna. I mean, I don't know. One thing I would say, Chichi, is that, you know what, everyone deserves a chance. Everyone does deserve a second chance. Everyone deserves a chance. And these players will get a chance. They will get a second chance, of course. Amram made it clear he uses Garnacho and Rashi only on the wide left. He hasn't made anything clear about team selection yet, GK. Nothing. Both goals from Ahmed were absolutely fantastic. Yeah. But I'm going to say it like this, guys, and I'm going to say this very clear, right? We shouldn't overhype players. We're not Player FC. Let's stop overhyping players, right? Lee Sharp, Beckham, Kanchelskis, Ronaldo, Giggs. I was raised with these players. There are levels at Manchester United that you need to achieve, right? And these players had levels right from a young age. Okay. So basically, I really hope they reach if they reach anywhere near those levels, I'll be absolutely delighted. I'll be incredibly delighted. But you know what? They have to reach those levels. That is the level Man United should be. At the moment, we're accepting players that are nowhere better than Luke Chadwick. That's what we're doing at the moment. And basically, we need to raise our standards. Obviously. And I hope that they become stars at Man United. I hope that they achieve things at Man United. But as we know, from a young age, we're bigging up Marcus Rashford like he's the next big thing. He's Mbappe, he's this, he's that. And he hasn't reached that level, has he? You know, so we have to be very grounded when it comes to young players. We have to be very careful what we say to them. We have to be very careful not to overhype them. But one thing we have to do is be patient. And I think absolutely. It's almost 12 p.m. over there. Brev, you look tired, fam. Thanks for being so observant, bruv. I don't just do this stream, my friend. But you know what? I don't think I look tired. You know what I mean? I think I look all right, if I'm being honest. But thank you for being so observant. Ahmed should be number 10, but he should start. Yeah, Ahmed should start. 100% GK. He should start. One thing I would say is that the two number 10s, isn't it? It's the two number 10s that we're going to play behind the striker. In regards to the two number 10s, Ahmad, it's going to be Ahmad Bruno. It's going to be Ahmad Garnacho. It's going to be something like that. But one thing we're going to have to say is that Bruno will play. Bruno will 100% play. There is going to be no doubt about Bruno playing in this game, guys. He's going to be playing. They're not going to leave him out at all. Now, Bruno will be playing. Amrit is the first Portuguese to take over United. No, he's not. Have you heard of Jose Mourinho? Gloria? Agreed with Akin. If you needed to coach, you didn't the season start over in the summer. Kazi, you need a Carabao energy drink. Kazi, you talk a lot about the higher powers in this world, right? You don't drink those drinks if you believe in that, right? You don't drink those energy drinks like Carabao energy drinks and Red Bulls and things like that. I mean, it's up to people if they want to drink it, but I don't drink those drinks, guys. That's just why at my age, I'm running 5K in a blistering heat, yeah? At my age, because I don't drink those drinks, mate. You know what I mean? And stuff like that, you know? I don't. And I would advise everyone to stay away from those sort of energy drinks. right, guys. And there are other energy drinks you can have that are a lot more healthier. Start, of course, if you want them. But yeah, I don't drink those drinks, guys. What's special today in Munched Sal? Nothing at the moment. Haven't made up my mind, GK. Thank you for asking. What are you going to have today? I haven't made up my mind what I'm going to have today. We'll have to wait and see later on. It is 11:45 over here. It is 11:45, basically. And yeah, fantastic. Looking forward to my munch. But I don't know what I'm going to have, to be honest with you. Going healthy, as usual. That's what I would do. Absolutely, guys. Brilliant. Thanks for asking, though, Case. It's nice to have a nice comment. You know what I mean? You know one thing about people, they never come on here and say, bruv, you look good. Bruv, you look really nice. You know what I mean? You're looking good. You're looking fresh. They always bring you down. You look tired. You know, you know what that is? I know it's my culture, right? It's my culture's, and you know what the culture is. It's their downfall. That's why they don't become footballers. That's why they won't become athletes. That's why they don't become actors. That's why they don't become entertainers. It's because that's the way they act. They downplay everyone, of course. Paratha with mincemeat. Goodness me. I was addicted to Monster Energy drink. It's not good. Better to have some coconut water. Almac, I mean, I'm not here to tell you about the birds and the bees. Everyone knows what they're, and I would say that I would tell you a little story, guys, right? I used to know a guy who used to work in a chicken shop. This was about 2003. And basically, I used to see him every time. He used to go in the chicken shop, get my chicken and chips and stuff like that. And he used to play cricket every Sunday in a league. And the problem with him, right? He worked long hours, right? He did work long hours and he didn't stop. And one thing he did is that one day, when he was going for cricket, he was drinking a Red Bull. And he would drink 4 Red Bulls a day, right? And there was the batsman hit the ball. It went for a 4, right? He was running after the ball and he had a heart attack, a cardiac arrest. And he's no longer with us. And the one thing you would say is that you have to look after yourself. You have to look after yourself. Your body, obviously, Red Bull. When I was younger, I used to drink Red Bull, guys. And any other energy drink as well that is available on the shelf, right? And I used to drink those drinks, and obviously that it gave me a lot of palpitations. So with everything in life, it's a moderation. You have a moderate amount. You drink it as moderation, but you have to obviously think of yourself as like a car and what you're putting in your body and stuff like that. And that's what I would say, guys. And people ask me, how do I get so much energy? How have I got so much energy? A lot of people have asked me this week, how have you got so much energy? You wake up in the morning, I go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. I wake up at 5 a.m. I'm here on the stream, energetic. How do I get it? Right? How do I get this energy? Where do I get it from? Regardless what I look like and stuff on my face and things like that. I'm here bringing in the news every day. And that is how I am. How do I get that energy? And you know what? It's not by drinking energy drinks. Absolutely not. I'm going to make some chicken sarg. Chicken sarg, absolutely. Chicken spinach. I love the meat spinach, Sanjay. I do love the meat spinach. The meat spinach is lovely. That was one of my favorites when I was growing up, was the meat spinach. Absolutely. Sargosh, as they call it. In the Middle East, eating non-veg would be very heavy, quite heavy. Eating non-veg would be quite heavy. What you have to do is try and eat more grilled food, GK. Grilled food, eat a lot of fiber, eat a lot of sweet potato, and things like that. Eat obviously the broccoli and stuff. Over here we have Waitrose, we have obviously Marks and Spencers and stuff like that. So we can get obviously healthy foods and stuff like that, which is fantastic. Of course, we can get them as well. So that is brilliant. Yes, Sal, big up for Activate. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Yes, car, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it depends what type of car you are, I suppose. Some cars will take anything. Some cars will take anything. Definitely. Yeah, but I drive 4x4 over here. 4x4s are the thing over here. That's what they are. The 4x4s are the thing over here. The white cars, especially if they're white, they're the 4x4s. Yeah. So, guys, it's going to be a very exciting few weeks, if we're being honest. Hey, Chichi, Mrs. R, please, kind drinks would you recommend? Which kind of drinks would you recommend? well, you got to drink a lot of ginger. You got to drink a lot of turmeric. Those type of things. If you can have that in juice, that would be brilliant. But don't drink too much of it. Obviously, too much juice is not good as well. But a lot of turmeric, a lot of ginger, a lot of honey and stuff like that in your drink. You can have that. Obviously, you've got to be careful of aspartame. If you drink sugar-free drinks, you've got to be careful of the aspartame level, of course, which is not good for you either. And I'm talking about Coca-Cola Zero, Pepsi Zero, and stuff like that. So the best thing to drink is water, of course, it is. But you know what? Some people don't like drinking water. Lime juice is great. Have your orange juice every now and then, as long as it's natural, and that's great. But obviously, orange juice and stuff like that is quite sweet. It's funny how this conversation goes from one extreme to the other extreme. We talk about football, we talk about food, we talk about drinks. Oh, Chichi, you know what? I hope you've been trying my intermittent dieting. As I suggested to you the other day, hope you've been trying it. 6 p.m. stop eating, and then you wake up and you eat at 12 p.m. I'm eating in a bit, of course, guys. So you know what? We'll have to wait and see. A balanced diet will get you through life, people. Absolutely. Fanactivate. And one thing I would say though, and don't want to sound like a bore, right? I don't want to sound like a Grinch, right? You can enjoy yourself sometimes. I love my cake. I love my sweets. I'm a sugar addict, but I eat it in moderation. Yeah, I don't have it every day. I'll have it like on my birthday. I'm gonna have in front of you guys a birthday cake, right? And I'm gonna blow out the candles in front of you guys on the 25th of November. I'll be having my birthday cake and I'll be blowing out the candles in front of you. Hopefully, I don't cause a fire alarm. Hopefully, I don't do that. Hopefully, obviously. Oh, God. Do you drive a 4x4? Yeah. Does Manchester United have an official drink? I don't know. I know that they're sponsored by Coca-Cola. Let me have a look. I know that they're sponsored by either Pepsi or Coca-Cola. What drink is Manchester United sponsored by? We actually, funny enough, we actually promote Tiger beer. We actually promote beer, guys. Very healthy, isn't it? Very healthy, of course. Glory, Man United. Big up, Fanactivate. Hope you're doing well, of course. Moderation. Kazi. I don't know with you, man. I don't know with you. You know what? The highest population who have diabetes is the Asian population, including my granddad, who had who obviously died of it. And one thing we have to do is promote healthy lifestyle. I always do, guys. I always do. I'm not perfect, but I always promote it. I will never promote anything bad, as Cristiano Ronaldo did. He does that as well. But that's what I would do at the end of the day. You know what? If you're going to go out to a footballer, for example, and dish out advice on how to play football, make sure you've got your own house in order. That's what I would say. Do you know what I mean? Make sure you're good. You can look at you and think, well, you know what? Actually, you might have a point there. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Good. Good afternoon from Singapore. Big up, Pearl. How you doing? I've been looking forward to this afternoon live chats on your channel since I have discovered the channel. Big up, Pearl. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate you, my friend. It's good to have you on board, my friend. And you know what? I love talking to you people from all around the world, guys. All around the world. You know what? Some people don't appreciate it. They take it for advantage. They take advantage of it. But you know what? I appreciate, your compliments. And I look forward to having you on the show many more times, of course. Lumen, Sal, good morning, you legend. Lumen, you are a legend, my friend. Hopefully, you're good today. Hope you're good. Your friend's not here today, of course. But good to see you, Lumen. Of course, absolutely. Big up. It used to be Pepsi and Coke, but not more calls their body sponsors. We got Tiger now. Obviously, we used to have a policy back in the day about advertising alcohol and stuff. As we all know, that Liverpool had. The Danish, obviously, brand, I can't say on their shirt for many years, of course, and that was removed because promoting alcoholic beverages and stuff was made forbidden in Premier League after that. But we still seem to do it behind the scenes. And unfortunately, you know what? Money talks for these teams, don't they? Especially now that the Glazers have been there, of course, guys. Ronaldo's near 40 and he's still good physical condition, whereas many of his compatriots are fat and out of shape. Yeah. What made me laugh about Ronaldo is basically what Patrice Evra said once. Patrice Evra said that he went to Ronaldo's house and he will never go to Ronaldo's house again because going to his house is like going to the gym. You can imagine going to a house, yeah, with a Coca-Cola Zero in your hand. Can you imagine what Ronaldo said? Put that down before you come in. Before you step into my house, make sure you put that down. You put that down now. No of those type of beverages in my house. Absolutely. But what you got then? Here we go. Water, sparkling water, lemon water, lime water. Oh, God. Can you imagine? So it's a proper legend, mate. Big up, Kazi. Love, bro. Love, bro. I know. I love. Yeah, I have to worry myself on this channel sometimes. I know I read a lot of comments out, and sometimes I've got to be careful what I read because it's going to get me in trouble. You know what I mean? And bad, isn't it? That's what really distracts me, of course. Sal, I will replace today for banters. Oh God. One thing I'll say, Lumen. You know what? I'm lighthearted. I don't really mind if someone calls me something. I don't really mind if it's a bit of banter. That doesn't really bother me if I'm being totally honest with you. You know what? Some people are more serious than other people, and you know what? You just have to respect the way those people are. We're not all the same, of course. Can't paint everyone with the same brush, but you know what? If it was me, Lumen, you can take the mick all day long. You can, because I'll give it back. You know me, I'll give it back. That's what I do at the end of the day. I'm in East London, mate. You know what I mean? I will always give it back at the end of the day. Sanjay, there's so many betting sites and ads. Yeah. Betting is horrible. Like, I used to know a guy, right? He used to bet non-stop, because when you bet, right, and I guarantee you this will happen, you'll win, right? You'll win. And then you'll get giddy. Then you think, wow, this is quite easy. And then you'll do it again, and then you'll lose. Then you think, maybe that's a one-off. Maybe that's just a one-off. I'll do it again. And you do it again, you lose. By the end of the year, the betting site has your plus and minuses, like basically how much you. Yeah, basically the betting sites have, sorry if I froze there for a little bit, but betting sites have how much you've spent and how much you lost. And when you look at the end of the year, yeah, it will say something like you have spent £600-700 on betting. Like that is minimum, right? And then you think to yourself, wow, I could have paid my rent, or I could have done something with that, And then you realize that the house always wins. The house always wins. I would tell this to everyone, that the house will always win. No one is psychic. No one knows the truth. There is 1 in a million that win, and at the end of the day, you know what? Unless it's a free thing, you know what I mean? You do it for free, then, don't waste your money, my guys. That's my, obviously. Lumen, behave. Hey, big up Sal, big up Brian, of course. Big up Sniper Man. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? It's good to see you. The Pepsi FC. Yeah, I know. It's all money, my friend Sniper. But you know what? I don't have any bones with those drinks, any drinks and stuff. Because if they sponsored my show, I'll happily take. But I wouldn't do alcoholic though. I wouldn't. Absolutely. Leighton Orient, massive. Leighton. I don't live in Leighton Orient. I don't live in a stadium, Kazi. I don't live on the pitch. Leighton Orient's the football club. I'm from Leytonstone in East London, as those that know. Leighton is an area next to Leytonstone. Leighton Orient is the football club in Leighton. Basically, if I am from Leighton Orient, I will be basically living under the goal or something, under the goal net or something. I don't know. Don't forget the Sky Sports predict 6 games and win. Yeah. But who wins? 1 in a million. It's 1 in a million. That's free though, isn't it? That's free, Sniper Man. That's free. That you don't spend money doing that, do you? You go on the Sky Sports and that's it. Fortunately, here in the UAE, I can't gamble. Of course, it's banned over here. It's banned over here, guys, so I can't gamble. Sal, if you bet in without any greed, very sensibly, and betting be a source of income, betting is discipline. Betting can never be a source of income, my friend. Never. It's not a sustainable source of income, Lumen. It's not. Unless you win big, it's not a sensible source of income. And I believe it from someone who knows about betting, and stuff, and worked for a betting company when I was younger, right? One of my first jobs. I know about it, right? I actually knew someone who won the lottery and blew it all on betting. 25 million. Yeah. I'm like, you should have gave the money to me. I would have done a lot more better with that money. Do you know what I mean? So big up, bro. Big up, Kazi. Big up, everyone. First Leighton and Leytonstone. It depends which way you're going. On the central line. Sal, do you rate Vinicius Jr.? I heard Man United keep an eye on him. Decent player. Yeah. Would cost an arm and a leg. Absolutely. Would cost a lot of money, Sniper Man. Very lot of money. Probably over 120 million he probably cost. I don't know if we can get him, obviously, guys. Yesterday I was speaking about the free transfers we can get as well. Obviously, Leroy Sané is available and people like that, you know. So obviously that is something, you know, guys. Absolutely. Sniper Man, you have a point. At the end of the day, you know, in regards to Vinicius Jr., he's one of those crybabies on the pitch, and we've had enough of crybabies. If we're being honest with you, we've had enough of those crybabies. You know, basically, I think he moans a lot. Yeah, I think he was moaning about the Ballon d'Or the last time I heard, wasn't he? I mean, personally, I don't know. I don't think he deserved the Ballon d'Or. I don't. I think Rodri did deserve it, and I don't like Man City. I think he did deserve it, if I'm being honest. Man United just kicked me out of bed. Big up, Brian. Will mean something else. Yeah. Leroy Sané played for Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken. He played for Man City. Yeah, the cheaters. Yeah, but he's a free transfer in 2025. I don't think we should go for him myself, but there is rumours that Man United might snap him up. If he comes to England, he'll face the most racism. Sniper Man, Spain's more racist than England in regards to football terms. Much more. England is a racist country, but one thing I would say is that Spain doesn't hide it. Spain is bad, you know, and Italy. So I wouldn't say that. No, I'm English, Sniper Man. I wouldn't say that. We don't want another Sancho. Absolutely not. Brian, these ones look out for authentic in the morning without touch-ups. Big up everyone, though, who's joined me today, of course. It's been brilliant, of course. Slot machine in the betting shops are bad news. You know what bad news, Brian? You know those machines that go down like that with a weak hand like this, and they've tried to pick up something from the bluff. Those machines are the worst. Those machines are the worst. I don't know anyone has won something from them, not even a teddy bear. We're going to say, I don't even know anyone who's won anything from those machines, guys. I don't know anyone who's won in gambling. What about Colin Mawani? Nah, not prolific enough, not good enough. We've got Obi Martin, we got Rasmus, guys. Absolutely, we're ready. We've already got our strikers, guys. I heard we're bidding up to 58 million. Who for? Vinicius Jr. or Mawani? Mawani is not worth it. No, I would rather give a chance to Obi Martin and Rasmus Højlund. That's what I would do. Absolutely. Marcelo type. We want 2 left wing backs up in the offensive, Ahmed defense. Yeah, that would be nice, JK. That would be nice if we could find someone like Marcelo. Marcelo's fallen out with his current club, hasn't he? They said he's too arrogant. I think it's Fluminense or something like that. They said he's too arrogant and he's very opinionated and stuff like that. There was a big breakdown with him, of course, the other day. Kazi, the slot machine will be broken soon. Absolutely. Mawani, no, not for me. I hope Carlo won't score sacred, get sacred from Martinez. Big up, guys. It's been a brilliant show. Thank you everyone for joining me. You absolute legends. You know what? Yeah, it's all good, guys. We have to be positive. You know what? I'm back later on for the preview of Leicester City versus Manchester United, the match preview on Chatterbox, 2 p.m. UK time as usual, and 3 p.m. Central European time, of course. Not to mention it will be 6 p.m. Middle Eastern time where I am, guys. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure hosting you guys. Of course, absolutely, as usual. Let's read that. What happened with Mawani? I'm not sure what happened with Mawani. Just don't think he's good enough. So, also, have you heard that Al Hilal want to terminate the name of contract by Ronaldo? It's not going to happen, mate. So, I put 500 USD in 2001 on West Ham to beat Chelsea. Got 3,000 euros in the criminal sacred. You've done it once, and it won't happen again. And that's nothing money, by the way. Sal, also, have you heard that Al Hilal? Yeah, I think I read that one. See you later. See you later, Sanjay. Have a lovely day, everyone, and enjoy it. You know, enjoy it. And remember, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. You know, big up, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Smash a like on the video if you're on the way out. Take it easy. See you later. Peace.